Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the latest developments in the world of the bold and the beautiful, where passion, deception, and family drama intertwine in a tapestry of intrigue. The Finn Dilemma, a father's heart torn. Dr. Finn Finnegan, the brilliant surgeon with a heart of gold, finds himself at a crossroads that threatens to upend his carefully constructed life. The recent revelation of Luna Nozawa as his long-lost daughter has thrown his world into disarray, challenging the very foundations of his marriage to Steffy Forrester and his role as a father to their children. Finn's internal struggle is palpable, a war waging between his sense of duty and the undeniable pull of paternal instinct. His own history of growing up without a present father figure adds layers of complexity to his dilemma, fueling a deep-seated empathy for Luna that threatens to override his logical mind. As days turn into weeks, Finn's resolve to keep Luna at arm's length begins to crumble. Each passing moment brings with it a flood of what-ifs and missed opportunities, painting a vivid picture of the years lost and the potential for a relationship that could be. This emotional turmoil manifests in subtle ways: a distracted gaze during family dinners, long nights spent poring over old photo albums, and an increasing tendency to defend Luna in conversations with Steffy. The Steffy factor, love under siege. Steffy Forrester, the pillar of strength in their relationship, watches with growing concern as her husband grapples with his newfound paternity. Her fears are not unfounded. As the daughter of Ridge Forrester, she's all too familiar with the chaos that can ensue when long-lost family members suddenly appear. Steffy's protective instincts are in overdrive, her mind racing with scenarios of how Luna's presence could disrupt the delicate balance of their family life. She finds herself caught between supporting her husband's emotional journey and safeguarding the stability of their home. As tensions rise, Steffy begins to employ subtle tactics to reinforce Finn's commitment to their family. Romantic dinners, surprise weekend getaways, and heartfelt conversations about their shared dreams for the future become her weapons of choice in this unspoken battle for Finn's undivided attention. Operation Seduce Will Spencer, a grandmother's questionable legacy. In a twist that has viewers buzzing, an unlikely alliance has formed between Luna Nozawa and her notorious grandmother, Sheila Sharp. This partnership, born out of shared ambition and familial loyalty, sets the stage for a seduction plot that promises to shake the very foundations of the Spencer family. Luna's lovesick journey. Luna, still reeling from Will Spencer's rejection at Il Giardino, finds herself drawn into Sheila's web of manipulation and scheming. The young woman, naive in matters of the heart but eager to prove herself, becomes an apt pupil in Sheila's school of seduction. Their clandestine meetings are a study in contrasts. Luna's wide-eyed innocence clashing with Sheila's worldly cynicism. As grandmother and granddaughter huddle over cups of steaming coffee in dimly lit cafes, Sheila imparts her wisdom on the art of attraction, each lesson tinged with the bitterness of her own past experiences. Sheila's masterclass in manipulation. Sheila, reveling in her role as mentor, draws upon a lifetime of schemes and seductions to craft the perfect plan. Her teachings are a mix of practical advice and questionable tactics. The art of the accidental encounter, Sheila instructs Luna on how to engineer seemingly chance meetings with Will, emphasizing the importance of appearing effortlessly beautiful and perpetually busy. Mastering the lingering gaze. Hours are spent practicing the perfect balance of interest and mystery in a single look, with Sheila critiquing Luna's every expression. The power of selective vulnerability. Sheila coaches Luna on sharing just enough of her troubled past to awaken Will's protective instincts without revealing too much too soon. Cultivating an air of mystery, together they craft an enigmatic persona for Luna, designed to pique Will's curiosity and keep him guessing. The jealousy gambit. Sheila suggests strategically placed social media posts and public appearances with other eligible bachelors to stir Will's competitive nature. As Luna absorbs these lessons, a transformation begins to take place. The once shy girl starts to carry herself with a newfound confidence, her eyes glinting with a mixture of determination and mischief that would make Sheila proud. The Deacon deception, a marriage on the brink. While Sheila throws herself into Operation Seduce Will Spencer, her marriage to Deacon Sharp teeters on a knife's edge. Sheila's declaration of commitment, made in the heat of Deacon's ultimatum, now hangs over their relationship like a sword of Damocles. A web of lies. Sheila's days become an intricate dance of deception. Mornings are spent reassuring Deacon of her devotion, afternoons dedicated to Luna's seduction lessons, and evenings filled with elaborate excuses for her absences. This precarious balancing act takes its toll, etching lines of stress on Sheila's face and adding a brittle edge to her laughter. Deacon, Initially placated by Sheila's promises, begins to sense the subtle shifts in his wife's behavior. A misplaced lipstick here, an unexplained phone call there, small discrepancies that plant seeds of doubt in his mind. As suspicion grows, Deacon finds himself torn between his love for Sheila and the nagging feeling that something is amiss. The ticking time bomb. As Sheila's web of lies grows more complex, the potential for discovery increases exponentially. Each day brings new close tells. A near miss at the bikini bar where Deacon almost stumbles upon Sheila and Luna in deep conversation. A suspicious text message from Luna that Sheila barely manages to delete before Deacon sees it. An overheard phone call that Sheila hastily explains away as wedding planning for a friend. The stress of maintaining her double life begins to manifest in Sheila's behavior. She becomes jumpier, more prone to mood swings, and increasingly paranoid. Deacon, sensing the change, starts to pay closer attention to his wife's comings and goings, setting the stage for a potentially explosive confrontation. The Bold and the Beautiful, a tapestry of turmoil. As these storylines interweave and evolve, the fictional Los Angeles of The Bold and the Beautiful becomes a powder keg of emotions, ready to explode at the slightest spark. The coming weeks promise a roller coaster of drama, with each episode building towards inevitable confrontations and heart-wrenching revelations. Finn's fateful decision. Will Finn ultimately choose to embrace his role as Luna's father, risking the stability of his marriage to Steffy? Or will he stay true to his vows, potentially leaving Luna feeling abandoned once again? The resolution of this dilemma promises to have far-reaching consequences for all involved. Luna's seduction saga. As Luna puts Sheila's teachings into practice, viewers will be on the edge of their seats, wondering if Will Spencer will fall for her carefully orchestrated charms. Will Luna's genuine feelings shine through the artifice, or will her grandmother's manipulative tactics backfire spectacularly? Sheila's House of Cards. How long can Sheila maintain her precarious juggling act before everything comes crashing down? The revelation of her deception could have catastrophic consequences, not just for her marriage to Deacon, but for her relationship with Luna and her standing in the community. Unexpected alliances and betrayals. As tensions rise and secrets threaten to surface, new alliances may form while long-standing relationships crumble. Will expected characters step in to either fan the flames of conflict or offer a voice of reason amidst the chaos? The Bold and the Beautiful, a legacy of drama. For decades, The Bold and the Beautiful has captivated audiences with its intricate plot lines, passionate romances, and family feuds. This latest chapter in the show's storied history promises to uphold that legacy, delivering the high-stakes drama and emotional resonance that fans have come to expect. As we eagerly anticipate the unfolding of these gripping storylines, we're reminded of the enduring appeal of daytime drama. In a world of fleeting entertainment, The Bold and the Beautiful continues to offer a daily escape into a world where love conquers all, family ties are tested, and redemption is always possible, no matter how dire the circumstances may seem. Stay tuned to B&B Spoilers for more in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes insights, and exclusive interviews with the cast and crew. The world of fashion, passion, and intrigue awaits, promising twists and turns that will leave you breathless and craving more. As we sign off, we leave you with this tantalizing question: in the high-stakes game of love and loyalty playing out on The Bold and the Beautiful, who will emerge victorious, and who will be left picking up the pieces of their shattered dreams? Only time will tell, and we'll be here to guide you through every shocking revelation and heartwarming reconciliation. Next, we will learn about the intricate web of relationships, desires, and boundaries that define the current landscape of The Bold and the Beautiful. Electra's dilemma, love, intimacy, and vulnerability. In the elegant corridors of Forrester Creations, a heartfelt conversation unfolds between Ivy Forrester and her niece Electra. The bustling fashion house, typically alive with the sounds of sewing machines and excited chatter about upcoming collections, becomes the backdrop for a deeply personal exchange about love and boundaries. Ivy, ever the attentive aunt, couldn't help but notice Electra's uncharacteristic silence throughout the day. The young woman's fingers moved mechanically over fabric samples, but her mind clearly wandered elsewhere. When gently prompted about her distraction, Electra finally confessed her inner turmoil regarding Will Spencer and his desire to elevate their relationship to a more intimate level. "It's like standing at the edge of a beautiful cliff," Electra explained, her voice barely audible above the distant hum of the design floor. "I can see how magnificent the view could be, but I'm not ready to take that leap." The conversation took on a tone of genuine vulnerability as Electra expressed her profound gratitude for the opportunity to work alongside her aunt. This job, this creative space, it's transformed my life in ways I never imagined possible, she admitted, her fingers tracing patterns on a scrap of silk. But Will has become such an integral part of my happiness here. Ivy's eyes softened with understanding. Love and career, they're not competing forces, darling. They can nourish each other when the timing is right. As Electra continued to unburden herself, her fears became more apparent. What if Will's perception of her changed once she revealed her desire to wait? What if the emotional landscape between them shifted irrevocably? The uncertainty weighed heavily on her shoulders, causing a slight tremor in her usually steady hands. With the wisdom born of her own romantic experiences, Ivy reassured her niece that a relationship still in its nascent stages deserved the gift of patience. True connection isn't measured in physical milestones, but in mutual respect and understanding, she offered, her Australian accent becoming more pronounced as it always did during heartfelt moments. Electra's final concern emerged like a whisper. Will is such a catch, handsome, kind, from a powerful family. I can't help but worry about other women, more experienced women, throwing themselves at him while I'm asking him to wait. Ivy's response came without hesitation, firm yet gentle. You, my dear, are equally exceptional. Any man who would discard what you've built together for a fleeting encounter doesn't deserve the privilege of your heart. Her words hung in the air, a powerful affirmation of Electra's worth beyond her relationship status. As their conversation concluded, Electra's resolve solidified. She would stand firm in her boundaries, trusting that if Will's feelings were genuine, he would respect her decision to wait until the moment felt right for both of them. Luna's persistence, the dangerous game of pursuit. Meanwhile, at Il Giardino, the atmospheric Italian restaurant owned by Deacon Sharp, a far more troubling interaction was taking place. Luna Nozawa, her dark eyes gleaming with unsettling determination, found herself alone after a tense confrontation with Will Spencer. I'm not giving up on you, Will Spencer, she murmured to herself, her slender fingers wrapping around a glass of red wine. The restaurant's ambient lighting cast dramatic shadows across her face, highlighting the obsessive quality of her expression. Moments earlier, the atmosphere had crackled with tension as Luna approached Will with unmistakable intentions. Her body language, the slight tilt of her head, the calculated proximity as she leaned toward him, spoke volumes about her desires. I'm here for you, she had offered, her voice a silky invitation. Just tell me what you want. The suggestion hung in the air between them, heavy with implication. Will's response had been immediate and unequivocal. His normally warm eyes had hardened as he rebuffed her advances with righteous indignation. What you're suggesting will never happen, he declared, his voice carrying the weight of moral certainty. The words that followed cut even deeper. You attacked and killed 2 people and put Steffy in a cage. Luna's protest, that these actions didn't define her true character, fell on deaf ears. Will's rejection was absolute, reinforced by his revelation that he had overheard Luna eavesdropping on his earlier conversation with Electra. His warning had been explicit and forceful. Stay away from Electra, from him, and from his father. The protective instinct in his voice revealed the depth of his feelings for Electra, making Luna's pursuit all the more futile and disturbing. Now, sitting alone at her table, Luna's mind worked feverishly, constructing new strategies and approaches. The rejection had not deterred her, rather it had intensified her fixation. In her distorted perception, Will's rebuff was merely a temporary obstacle, not an insurmountable barrier. As she signaled for another glass of wine, the restaurant's other patrons remained oblivious to the dangerous obsession fermenting at table 7. Luna's outward composure masked the troubling machinations of her mind, a mind that refused to accept boundaries or rejection. Deacon's ultimatum, family ties and moral lines. Across town, in the modest apartment that Deacon Sharp called home, a relationship-defining confrontation was reaching its climax. The space, usually a haven of hard-won domestic tranquility for Deacon and Sheila, now vibrated with the tension of moral ultimatums and impossible choices. Deacon's face, weathered by years of mistakes and redemption, was set in lines of uncharacteristic hardness as he delivered his ultimatum to Sheila. Get this through your head, he exclaimed, his voice rising with the intensity of his conviction. I want nothing to do with your murderous granddaughter. The revelation of Luna's biological connection to Sheila, a bombshell that would typically be cause for celebration in Sheila's quest for family connections, had instead become the potential breaking point of their relationship. Sheila, standing by the window with arms crossed defensively across her chest, asked the question that would determine their future. What if I do? The simple query contained multitudes. What if she did want a relationship with Luna despite her crimes? What if she couldn't turn her back on this newfound blood connection? Deacon's response left no room for ambiguity or negotiation. You have a choice to make, he stated, his voice dropping to a dangerous quiet. Me or that lunatic? As the confrontation continued, Deacon acknowledged Sheila's deep-seated desire for family connections, a yearning he had supported through their relationship. If Finn's daughter was anyone but Luna, he began, leaving the sentence unfinished, but its meaning crystal clear. The emotional stakes escalated as Deacon invoked the memories of Tom and Hollis family members whose lives had been tragically cut short by Luna's actions. The pain of their loss remained raw, an open wound that Luna's presence in their lives would continuously. His assessment of the situation was brutally pragmatic. It's stupid to think she wouldn't turn on us too. The fear underlying his anger became apparent, fear not just for himself, but for Sheila as well. They had no way of predicting Luna's next actions, no guarantee that they wouldn't become her next victims. As Sheila sighed heavily, the weight of the choice before her became palpable. The apartment, once their sanctuary from the judgments of the outside world, had become the arena for a decision that would irrevocably alter the course of their relationship. Steffy lays down the law, protection and boundaries. In the serene coastal beauty of the cliff house, where the rhythmic sound of waves typically provided a soothing backdrop to family life, Steffy, Forrester, and Finn found themselves navigating the treacherous waters of parental responsibility versus biological connection. What began as a tender moment between husband and wife, a reaffirmation of their love amid challenging circumstances, evolved into a necessary but difficult conversation about boundaries and safety. Finn had just expressed his gratitude for Steffy's unwavering support through the shocking revelation of Luna's paternity. The news about Luna being my daughter could have broken us, he acknowledged, his voice thick with emotion. But you didn't let that happen. Steffy's response was warm but resolute. We'll get through this together. The kiss they shared sealed this promise, a momentary respite before the harder truths that needed addressing. When Steffy declared that they must do everything possible to ensure Luna's return to prison, Finn's sudden silence spoke volumes. The internal conflict playing across his features prompted Steffy's concerned inquiry, "What's going through your mind?" His response, that he was simply processing, didn't alleviate her concerns. What followed was Steffy's raw, unfiltered assessment of their situation, delivered with the directness that had always characterized her approach to threats against her family. It's all starting to make sense, she observed, pacing the living room with nervous energy. The two women who tried to kill me are your daughter and your mother. The coincidence was too striking to ignore, too disturbing to dismiss. Though Finn immediately vowed protection, assuring her that neither Luna nor Sheila would come near them, Steffy's practical nature demanded more concrete boundaries. We don't know what Luna is capable of, she reminded him, her voice tight with barely contained fear, or what resources she has. The culmination of her concerns came in a definitive statement that left no room for negotiation. You can never allow Luna into our lives. The emphasis on never hung in the air between them, a line drawn not in sand, but in stone. As Finn embraced her, the question remained unspoken but palpable. Could he truly honor this boundary when the pull of biological connection to Luna might grow stronger with time? The answer would determine not just their safety, but potentially the future of their marriage. The cliff house, with its panoramic ocean views and open design, suddenly seemed vulnerable. Glass walls that could too easily be shattered by the forces gathering against them. The intricate web of connections. As these four distinct scenarios unfold across Los Angeles, the interconnections between them create a tapestry of potential conflict and heartbreak. Luna's fixation on Will threatens not only his relationship with Electra, but potentially his safety. Sheila's decision regarding Luna could destroy her hard-won happiness with Deacon. Finn's internal struggle between his wife's boundaries and his biological daughter creates fault lines in what was once solid ground. The coming days will test loyalties, challenge convictions, and potentially redraw the boundaries of multiple relationships. Will Electra's decision to maintain her boundaries strengthen her connection with Will or create an opening for Luna's manipulations? Can Sheila truly choose between her granddaughter and her husband? Will Finn honor Steffy's demand for absolute separation from Luna, or will paternal instincts eventually override his promises? In the glamorous but treacherous world of the bold and the beautiful, these questions hang in the balance, promising viewers a journey through the complexities of human connection, the dangers of obsession, and the ultimate test of what truly constitutes family. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel these compelling storylines, offering insights and predictions on where these tangled paths might lead. The drama has only just begun, and the repercussions will undoubtedly be felt across generations of Forresters, Spencers, and now, the newly connected Nozawas. Until next time, remember that in the world of the bold and the beautiful, love and danger often wear the same face, and the most beautiful connections can sometimes hide the most devastating consequences.